welcome to my channel. Today's video is a fun one. We have the ColourPop Land Collection. I'm so excited, you guys. This is such a fun release from ColourPop. This arrived on my doorstep and I was like, okay, I need to film with it. So I have the entire PR bundle right here that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. In today's video, we'll be doing a first impressions and testing everything out. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so getting started again, this is the box right here. As I'm filming this, you can actually purchase this entire PR kit as well. So if you're interested in getting the entire collection and you want it in this box with the game inside, you can purchase this. It's $145 for everything. So super cute. You have the ColourPop Land board game right here, so you can actually play the game, which I think is so cute. So let's go ahead and dive into each one of the products. I'm just gonna get started trying them out on my face. I may swatch things as we go here and there, but I really just wanna do a first impressions on the entire collection. So I'm actually gonna put this on first. This is called the Roller Gloss, and this one is called Princess Lolly. And I'm actually just gonna throw this on my lips because I wanted to put a lip gloss on or like a chapstick on first, but I was like, let me just try this one out. So it has a little roller ball there, and I'm just gonna apply this to my lips. Ooh, it smells really good actually. That one's actually kind of cute. It just reminds me of like childhood. I feel like the roller ball on that, but it smells really good. It feels hydrating. Okay, so let's dig into the rest of the products. I have here the palette. It's the eyeshadow palette here. It's called Candy Castle. This is what it looks like, and this is actually different because it's not, I feel like a lot of times they do their more like square packaging, and this one's actually a different size than what they normally do, and it has 10 shades inside of it, and you also have a mirror, which I love. So here is the inside of the palette, and then you have all of your names are actually in it and on the back as well, which is cute. So I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and try this first. Also part of their collection, there are some blushes, which also have super cute packaging. There are 3 different blushes. We also have a set here. This one is from 4th grade. So we have the watermelon face milk, the papaya, and also the coconut. And this one is just like a little gift set here with little minis of those. And I do really like the face milks. These ones already exist in ColourPop's line. They just have them in this cute packaging, and it also has the little bundle there. And then we also have some ColourPop Land glowy lip balms as well. Oh my god, the packaging is just so fun. I just can't get over how this packaging is. And then these are the glowy balms. I think this is a new formula to ColourPop as well. I'm pretty sure I can't remember them having these, so I'm actually gonna just put a little bit of this over top of the other one. This one has almost like a minty scent to it. The shade that I just put on, this one is called Mr. Mint. So that's the shade I have on there. Okay, so I got those on, and then we also have a highlight. And this one is one of those all over face and body highlights that was a part of the Flutterby collection. I believe they had this in. And this one is Queen Frosty, which is cute. And this is like the Pixie Puff highlighting box. So this one has your little puff on the inside. And again, you can put this one like all over your face or on your body. The last one, I wasn't in love with the formula. It wasn't like my favorites, but I definitely still think it's like cute. So we have the little puff here, and then you have the highlight on the inside. So we'll try that one out in a second. So let's go ahead and start with the eyeshadow palette first, because I think that everyone's just always most curious about the ColourPop eyeshadows. Again, this entire collection is available now. I'll have it linked down below in case you're interested in any of the products, but let's go ahead and start with that. I am going to actually just prep my eyes. This was a part of the new Wilds collection. I actually really like these. They are the cream shadows. I've been using this one here in Laurel to do my lid for all of my shadows, and I've been really liking it. Okay, now that we've got our lid set, I'm actually gonna work in these 2 shades. I think these, like this row right here is just calling to me, like this mint, the purple, this one right here. So I think for the first shade, I'm gonna go into this one right here, and I'm just gonna work that shade into my crease. And this eye primer has like a tiny tint to it, as you can tell. Like it almost has like a purpley hint. So I do feel like it already gave me like a tiny bit of color. But I'm just gonna go ahead and work this shade over top. And ColourPop for me has one of the most consistent formulas when it comes to their eyeshadow palettes. Rarely do I ever have an issue with them like not blending out or anything like that. I don't think I really ever have. So know that when I am doing my ColourPop like first impressions, it's more so just like trying the collections, which is why I don't really focus too much on like the actual formula, because I just know that I love their formula. Of course, if it was a dud or something, I'd let you guys know, but typically is just kind of trying out the different colors and the color combinations and everything like that. So I think next I'm gonna go into the shade Grandma Nut, this one right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just place this shade a little bit higher in my crease, really kind of just focusing it and just building it up a little bit. So I'm really kind of just blowing that shade out here on my lid. So far so good. And then like I said, I want to use the Mint shade. And I think for that, I'm actually going to pick it up on my finger. It is a matte shade. It has a tiny, tiny bit of reflect in it though. But I am going to just pack this all over my lid. I feel like that'll be what is going to like work best. Sometimes pastel shades are a little bit harder to work with. I feel like they work best a lot of times with my finger if I just kind of pack them on. That is such a fun color. I'm into pastel right now. I kind of threw this sweatshirt on and was like, all right, I'm here for it. I'm ready for this collection. I think it's so fun. I actually had it, I had my timer set to actually purchase a few of the items. And then I actually got the package today instead. So I'm glad that I got it. So I knew, but I was like all set to order this collection because I feel like it's so fun. My neighbors are currently putting their yard in. I'm hoping you guys aren't picking up that sound, but if you do hear any noise, that is what that is. I'm gonna go into the shade Plumpy now, this one right here. I do feel like that shade actually was pretty pigmented, and I'm actually gonna top this color right over top of the other one. I'm not sure how that's gonna lay since that first one was kind of like a matte shade. Actually, it's laying pretty nicely. So I'm gonna put this kind of just directly over top, more on the inner corner. I'm just focusing it kind of on the inner corner. And I'm gonna go probably about like halfway here because I still want the mint to be like a big focus. But I just want a little bit of this purple shade. I'm getting a little bit of fallout with that, but I think it's because I'm just putting it on over top of something that already had a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm picking back up the green and just getting a little bit more of that on the lid there. So now that I've got those two shades, I'm actually going to put some of Sugar High, this one right here, on my lid as well. I'm going to kind of more so focus this one in the inner corner, and this one is a Super Shock, which I love their Super Shock formula. So I'm kind of just going to top this one a little bit over top of the purple as well. So give a little bit of something to our inner corner. I actually feel like the longer I'm sitting here, this Rainbow Trail shade is kind of like disappearing a little bit. Sometimes this happens. Let me know if you guys ever have this issue with pastel shades, but I don't know why I always have the issue of them kind of just like disappearing over time. I feel like it always happens to me. I don't know what that, well, like why that's a thing. But I do like the color. I'm hoping it's just gonna be something that actually stays. I also don't know if it's just me, but I don't think that this purple, let me swatch it. Swatch is good. I think it's just like how I'm applying it. Maybe it's just this green shade, but I also feel like that's almost disappearing a little bit too. So weird. As I was just saying how I don't have issues with ColourPop palettes. I'm not really sure what's going on there. It's almost like that green shade is just like, I don't know, making everything else kind of like apply a little bit strange. I'm not sure how to feel about that. For lower lash line, I'm sweeping the shade right here, King Candy, all over my lower lash line. Just kind of blowing it out and combining it a little bit with that first shade we put on here. And it's like, I like this look, but I'm not obsessed with it. Like, I'm not as obsessed with it as I thought it would be. I think it is just because this like pastel shade is kind of like, the more it sits here, the more it kind of is like breaking apart. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, you guys. I'm like kind of a little sad because I wanted to like love this eye look, but I'm not loving it so far. But let's go ahead and move on to the blushes. I normally would like finish up this eye look, but I kind of want to like let it sit here a second and see if it does kind of disintegrate before I apply like my lashes and stuff. So we're actually going to move on to the blush colors. So there are 3 different Super Shock blushes. And let's see which one we want to use. Okay, so we have the shade Jolly right here. And then we have the shade Gummy More. And then the last one here is the shade Gumdrop Pass. Right there. So I think for this look, I'm going to actually go into the shade Jolly. And I think we're going to try that for this look. Now, these blushes, I like to apply them with my finger. I think you can use them however you'd like. Sometimes I use a dual fiber brush as well. I think they work really well that way. but I just prefer to use my finger when I use these because I think it just gives the best payoff. So they do have a tiny bit of sheen to them, almost like putting a little glitter there on my face, but there is that color right there. I'm gonna put a little bit more right here. And this is a lot more shimmery than I thought it was gonna be. You can definitely see like the glow we're getting. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the swatch of this one just so you can see. Like it's pretty shimmery. It almost has like flecks of like glitter in it. It's almost like a highlight more so than a blush, but it's kind of a pretty like kind of mix of the two. And then for the highlight, I am going to try this one as well. We're going to apply it just over top. I know we're already kind of glowy, but I do want to see what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to add just a smidge of this on top. I feel like this is we're looking shiny, shiny, glowy, glowy. All right, a little bit more of that. I feel like that cheek was just like, it doesn't look the best in my pores there. I wish I would have known it was that sparkly when I applied it, but there is that glow right there. I feel like we need a little bit on our nose. Yeah, that shade is definitely really glittery too, like this highlight right here. I think I remember that from the Flutterby, that it was like a little bit more of a glittery formula. Okay, so let's check back on our eyes and see what they're doing. I do think it is like, it is disappearing. Do you guys see? Like, let me get closer here. Kind of see how it's just like breaking apart almost, like over here and over here. What the heck? That's so weird. I also feel like we have so much glitter on our face. I feel like if you were going to use these Super Shock cheeks, like maybe I would recommend maybe using a brush. Like maybe if we'd used a brush, it would have like diffused it a little bit more, because I do think it's like, it's a lot of glitter going on. Like I don't always love, I like highlight and stuff, but I don't like it to be so glittery. Okay. Also, our lip did go ahead. It's pretty much almost gone. I can still feel it a little bit. So it's not super long lasting. We've been doing this about 25 minutes, but I feel like that's pretty normal for a lip balm. So let's go ahead and try one of the other shades here. So let's try this shade in Let's Chill, and we'll apply this one since the other one is gone. The formula definitely feels like minty. It feels nice on the lips. It kind of reminds me of like the Tarte, if you like those Quench lippies. Those ones are pretty pricey. I think they're like $20. So it kind of reminds me, the hydration of it reminds me of that. Okay, so I'm going to actually go ahead and put on, I think I'm going to do a lash because I feel like this eye look needs a little help. So I'm going to do a lash, a wing, and then I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts. All right, so we are back after applying our lashes. I think lashes really helped kind of tie this eye look together. But if I do like get close and I really look, even more so, this eye is just like, I don't know. I feel like it's like kind of disintegrating over time. Like I don't think this color is lasting on the lid. The inner corner looks pretty, but even that purple, it kind of looked a little chalky over top of the other colors. So I love that I said like in this video, like I'm just testing the collection and I never have issues with like ColourPop's palettes, but I'm not loving this eye look. It's like, it's just a little underwhelming to me as far as the formula goes. So I will continue to try this palette out. This is a first impression, so I could try it again tomorrow with like different shade combos and absolutely love it. But as of right now, I'm kind of like meh on the eyeshadow, and even the cheek color I feel like had a little bit too much glitter in it for my liking. I just think it doesn't really look like, if you look at my cheek, like it's very glittery. Like I have quite a bit of texture, so I just don't love so much glitter on me. The actual like highlight, this one here, I do remember it being quite glittery. So for me, I use this one more as a body highlight, which it can be used on face and body. But so for me, I would kind of put this more on my chest and use it like that, just because I don't mind like a more glittery formula there. But the actual lip balms, I did actually like the Rollerball one. I thought that looked nice on the lips, but I don't think they're like long lasting by any means. I kind of already like feel like I should reapply, and it's only been about 10 minutes since I did the last application, so these definitely aren't going to be long lasting, but they are hydrating. And yeah, so all in all, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm not like in love with this collection. I do think that if you are a Candyland lover and you want something like this to have as more of like a collector's item or something like that, I do think you would like this collection. But as far as like quality wise, I don't know if it like lives up to their other collections that I've tried from them. So I will say that I'm kind of bummed about that. So I will actually continue to try this out though you never know, it could work for me tomorrow a lot more than I did like it today. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it and you found it helpful. Comment down below some of your favorite childhood games. I know Candyland was a fun one for me. I'd love to know what one of your favorite games was, or maybe another collection you'd love to see ColourPop do if they wanted to like continue down the game journey here. But that is going to do it for today's video. Give this one a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.